Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. This is Starters Order 7. We're back in our US save, a few races to book. I'll be having a wee break because I'm not been feeling well and family issues. I'm already sneezing a ton today, so I'm pausing recording quite a lot. So if you notice any weird jumps, that's probably why. Can't lie, that is 99% likely the reason why. So yeah, we had some good runs. And like everybody's got a win in their last race apart from Hara, who just doesn't seem to be where we want him to be. And so yeah, we've debated back and forth. And I like the horse. I don't think it's an amazing horse. I don't think I'm ever gonna want to breed from him. I think if we geld him, and then I'm just gonna run him in a race or two, at a mile two, if I can. And just kind of see what happens and challenge later, I think is what I'm going to do. I'm trying to find a way to at least make him competitive, because this doesn't look competitive, but it really was. It could have been even better. And we did finish off last year pretty well, to be fair. Wasn't until we got, to Ascot and then to the Breeders' Cup that things started to tail off. Before that, we had a nice stretch. So maybe that's all he had in him. But yeah, I want to go see if that's true or not. So we will give him a couple more runs. So let's go have a look then. Institute Spy is a horse I kind of expect big things from. I do like a lot. I think we ran the Louisiana Derby very, very well. I like it. It's got some fans out there. Pure Adventure. A horse I absolutely adore, but just doesn't really have the distance. Can get to a mile one, but I don't feel that's our best option. An out cold. If they had distance adaptability, I'd be all over out cold as the horse. A touch more stamina, a bit more playability, moving things around. I think almost the perfect kind of horse in a lot of ways if they had distance adaptability. And Ice Queen, not far behind really, but touch less distance. So that's our big question, is really those three. So yeah, Alcohol got some love. Ice Queen, I believe, got some love. Institute Spy got some love. Pure Adventure, I think, just on the basis of stamina, didn't get much love, which, yeah. It's definitely my favorite of the horses. I think it's just potentially a powerhouse. But yeah, that might be a miler. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, that might be a miler. And I'm okay with that. We've had some good milers. You know, we'll have to see kind of how that works out. But we are very quickly approaching decision day. There is the Arkansas Derby if we really need to test anything at all. There is the Livermore. I mean, we've, skipped over a lot of the New Zealand ones because I think we had a lot of question marks over our horses. And Pure Adventure, who probably should have been more of a factor in those Triple Crown races. New Zealand would be... That was the horse I needed to test for distance the most. So I really feel that was worthwhile there, leading up to the US and Canada. So it's pretty much pick 2 out of 3, I think. So Institute Spy, I like a lot. Doesn't start well. Has really low confidence too, but could be a really nice horse. Out cold, very similar, touch more stamina, but very, very similar. Has confidence, doesn't have a ton of enthusiasm. Yeah, it's a tough one to look over, really. I think they've all got things I like. Out cold's the only one without a grade 1, which is interesting. Pure Adventure could do with another run. They're not quite capped out in their potential, but I don't think that's super crazy. When I look at it here, I've kind of split everything up. So speed, stamina, acceleration, start, potential, battling, quality, constitution, confidence, cruise and burst, extra speed, deterioration, enthusiasm, finish, consistency, distance adaptability, going adaptability, junior constitution, maturity rate, and their runs at a mile 2, a mile 3. This is a grade 3. These are grade 2s. And that kind of gives me an idea of what we're looking at. And so, yeah, looking at this, stamina, yeah, Pure Adventure is kind of behind in the rest. We know that. We know that they can move about a little bit, but they've got the adaptability to probably get similar distances as the others. So we're not going to discount it because of that. It's the only horse with adaptability. Now, will that go up to a mile 2? I don't know. But will Ice Queen and Institute Spy go up to a mile 2? Up to a mile 4, not up to a mile 2. Like, that's debatable as well. So, I kind of bracket those 3 around the same. Of those as well, Pure Adventure and Institute Spy both have low confidence, so maybe won't go quite as well as you'd want them to. And I think that's why I'm leaning towards the others. I'm leaning towards Out Cold and Ice Queen. I think for the US and the Canadian Triple Crowns. Like I say, that's based on a few little bits here and there. But ultimately, they're so tight. I think Out Cold probably has the best distances. Could probably easily get a mile 1 with jockey instructions, a mile 2, maybe even a mile 3, and we're slightly bridging to a mile 4. Whereas the other 3, like Institute Spy and Ice Queen, I do feel are going to be far more comfortable at a mile 1. And so we can get a mile 1, we can probably bridge to a mile 2. I don't know, they don't have the adaptability to bridge to a mile 4. So if I'm going for an actual Triple Crown winner, not targeting individual races, I would say quite probably that's slight concern there, maybe quite concerning. Whereas Pure Adventure is a mile. With jockey instructions, we can get up to that mile 1 to hit the Preakness. That distance adaptability will be able to get to a mile 2, possibly even a mile 3. And so, from a pure distance, I think Pure Adventure is adaptable enough to maybe be the second horse. But Out Cold kind of lives there. And I do think it's not much in it between the 3. Maybe a touch more adaptability on Pure Adventure. But that extra confidence, that might just be what I want to lean on. So I'm thinking Ice Queen in Canada and Out Cold in America. This is what I'm I'm thinking. I don't know why I just did that. 100% not what we were just talking about. I could be wrong. Institute Spy could be really good. Pure Adventure could be really good. I'm thinking that to get that grade 3 into a grade 1 and really test out Cole before we lock in and before we end up deciding Institute Spy's got to run or Pure Adventure, maybe Pure Adventure's got to run. I think we throw out Cold out to Oaklawn for the Arkansas Derby. That's going to be the grade 1 test that really we haven't hit yet. I do feel like this is the most capable of all 4. I agree on that. I mean, it's also worth watching if we do jump up at all in distance with Pure Adventure over this next month, then it becomes a serious contender too. So, yeah, I don't really know what we want to do with those in that case. So, gonna run ourselves a little grade 3 here. 5 furlongs. And then we got ourselves one towards the back of the month, a grade 3 for 6 furlongs. That would get graded races on all of our horses if they both came in as well. So that's what we're going to book. Don't know about these. I do feel Institute Spy, if the first legs of these Triple Crowns don't work out that well, Institute Spy could definitely come in for the Preakness, and Pure Adventure could easily come in then for the... Oh, I can't remember what the second leg of the Canadian is right now. The Queen's Plate, the Prince of Wales Stakes? Is it the Prince of Wales? Can we... I don't know why this is locked in to there. Probably because that's what we had it on over there. That's fine. Yeah, the Prince of Wales at Fort Erie. And then, of course, the Belmont and the Breeders. Okay, Belmont and Breeders, but Prince of Wales. I did get it right. I didn't think I did, but I did get it right. Okay. I think that puts us in a solid position here then. So, let's get our breeding continuing, because Emirati's just the best horse, I feel. There have been some other good ones. A couple of people have pointed out one or two. Yeah. I know in this list, Emirati's kind of the one that stands out to me, but I can see why other people like a couple others, especially Busy Vroni as well. That could be an interesting horse. I don't want to go too much older than that. But yeah, definitely a possibility maybe next year. And that's going to take us to Aqueduct then. for the little 5 furlong grade 3. It's going to kick off our race right now. Double. Very calm. Okay. Alana looks agitated. Rest of the field are just fine. We're in the mixed. We are in the mix. Yeah, I think it all comes down to how we respond to that very calm. Is that going to affect us or not really? We will see. But a little 5 furlong, grade 3, class 1 for 2-year-olds on the turf. And we're off to a decent start. Nothing to write home about. At the back, Pharaoh Light behind us. We're catching up to Alana. On the outside, we're passing Picato, Willow and Post up to Merit and Andiala. And we are going to come through. We're going to push out over Merit, who did give us a little bit of a fight back, but the two favourites, the two ahead of us in the betting, do come in number 2 and 3. But I feel that was a nice little run for being calm, for being a little uncertain, being behind them in the tipsters and in the betting as well, and coming clear over such a short race. Not having an easy run, having to go really wide. That all came together quite well. I will take that. 100%. Every day of the week. Okay. That's going to bring up Life Quest. One of our pretty good milers. I do like us. We're in good form. I feel like this could be a pretty big season for Life Quest. Let's head down to Keeneland for this one. See if we can make it 4 in a row. We're definitely the best horse in the field. Top rated, on weight, mix of ages, but best form as well. We're not tipped though. Barathea Straight is heavily tipped for this. And to be fair, their form is pretty similar to ours. Very, very similar. Could be a little match race. Indeed, it could be. Very interesting. We might end up facing them a bunch. They've just gone to take the Tarasino. They also won the Pegasus World Cup. So a very, very competitive horse indeed. Big test for Life Quest. Big test then. Okay. I see what this is all about. Let's go then. The 1 mile. Makers 46. Class 1 grade 1 for 4-year-olds on the turf at Keeneland. Bluegrass country. Just around the corner from Churchill Downs, where we're going to start focusing in as we head to the Kentucky Derby. But Keeneland, home of the breeding sales, and a few other kind of key moments in the racing schedule. The Makers 46 underway on the far side. We don't get off to a bad start. It's not a great start. It's not bad. We're going to move up the inside. Doberman Tunes is there with Festival Cream. Mossordi Trader. Minky Date. Marcus Dillon. Clonin Raver. Acclimatizing Toreador. Kenyon Gale. Colonel Ascension. And Cunning Sound at the rear. Barathea Straight is on our outside. They have been just in the mix and coming now then down to the final 1.5. Who is going to go? We're going to go. River's going to go. Barathea's going to go. We take over Tunes. And we just drive out for the line. We beat Barathea. It's not comfortable. They actually turned into the favourite just before the post. And yeah, we just kind of pushed past them, really. They probably weren't on distance. I'll accept that. That's fine. But a big win in a good race in dangerous company. I will say that was dangerous company. If Ice Queen can come good in Canada, and if How Cold can come good in Kentucky, all we need is a run or two from Hara. To be having a very successful season. That's kind of the only thing that would stop us. We didn't aim for the New Zealand Triple Crown. We're aiming for Canada and we're aiming for the US. So we can fail. Our only failure on the books right now is Hara. So we get a test at Oaklawn for the Arkansas Derby without Cold. Our potential Kentucky Derby runner. This is going to be the test. Grade 1 level. We're not favorites. There's a lot of graded races in here, a lot of grade 1 winners, couple of good form people. Roger, not bad last season, not great this season, but not bad either. Armenia Fudge looks good, Country Trooper as well. Tipsters are saying Fudge is the horse, they're going for form. Rosa looks okay, Fudge looks okay, Trooper looks okay. We look okay. Pelican, a little agitated. Not too bad. Yeah, like this, yeah, I can see why Fudge and Country Trooper are the top two for sure. Looking at their form, you know, grade 1, grade 2, both fairly well raced. Let's say good form, 117, 115 rated. I like my horse. I don't know if I should like my horse, and I don't know how much I should like my horse. But I do like my horse. And so I think we're okay. And we should be about on distance. I think we should be slightly over a mile 1. We did just win. It's grade 3, but we did just win at a mile 3. We're 65. We look good. We should possibly be able to challenge earlier. And to be honest with you, if we can't challenge earlier in this and kind of at least come close, we've got no real hope in the Derby unless we challenge later of having even a money finish, a top 5 finish. So I think we got to send this at Oaklawn for the 1 mile 1 furlong Arkansas Derby, the final prep race really for the US Triple Crown and the Kentucky Derby. Class 1, grade 1 for 3-year-olds upon the dirt. And yeah, Country Trooper looks good. Romania Fudge looks good. That might be the top 2 in this field with us. We're in the middle to begin. Not a bad start. Romania on this near side. It's going to come up and around and pretty much alongside us as Country Trooper heads right out to the front. We're in real danger of being blocked in. We do manage to get right round the outside then of Norton Fudge. We got Pseudo front. We got Wheaty in there with Twister Rose Gen. Churchill Pelican delayed at the back. Tudor is in the mix. We have gone up nice and early. Fudge on our outside. They're falling back. Romania Fudge is falling back inside the final furlong, driving for home, making a case for themselves. Out cold, I think the jockey instructions are right. I think this horse is good. That is the grade 1 that I needed to prove an out cold to give me that little bit of confidence going into the Derby. And now I know without jockey instructions, a mile 2 should suit out cold. Because going earlier to mile 1, in what should be a field that has at least 2 or 3 Derby contenders, and we just took apart 2 really nice horses, Country Trooper and Romania Fudge. Not only that, but other horses finished ahead of them. Wheaty is going for the Derby and Preakness, probably the entire Triple Crown. Goa Delay is going for the Preakness. Decent Churchill skipping both. Interesting. Country Trooper going for both. Rosejen going for the Kentucky Oaks and the Derby back-to-back days. Very bold. Freeline Twister will be going for both. Fudge is in for the Derby. The Oaks and the Preakness for Pasida. Romania for the Oaks, for the Derby, and for the Preakness. And Pelican is skipping both as well. So, yeah. I feel confident pretty much for the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness without cold. I think we've just proven our pedigree against a field, like I say, that does contain a lot of those horses. 119 rated. Good cruising burst, solid extra speed, not the best, but good potential. And this is about a third of the Derby field, almost. Maybe a quarter. And we just came through and did what we needed to do. And we've answered those questions, or at least I feel we've answered those questions. Have your say, comment section down below if you think we have or not. But I do feel pretty good about that now. I do feel pretty good about that. And it gives us about 3 weeks to rest up as well. So we should be fit and ready to go. Sound good there. Didn't mean to click anywhere over there. Let's get Emirati. Spread in. So that's 2 more to go. Don't care about any of those. Should bring us to breed here. And then we're pretty much just a day after breeding, so we can skip. We're not tight on time for breeding. And that does mean often can get set up. And that gives us Life Quest then. Yeah, like getting the grades on the 2-year-olds, getting the 3-year-olds prepped and ready for the Triple Crowns, and then having these 4-year-olds kind of just trying to stack grade 1s basically. Kind of interesting. 16 grade 1s now for Life Quest. We are good to go. Gonna head out to Hong Kong then, see if we can add number 17 to the list. And this is a horse we really do like. And again, probably the best horse in the field, top rated. Bunch of 4 and 5-year-olds. definitely the form horse. Barathea's back, but we are heavily tipped. We just beat them quite convincingly. There is a South African. We don't know much about them. Got a Canadian also coming across. And then the domestics. One of which has a grade 1. Always a little difficult to judge. But you would expect pretty much us and Barathea to be the best in this field. And again, maybe a little bit of a match race. So Shartin in Hong Kong for the 1 mile Champions Mile. Class 1, Grade 1 for 3-year-olds upon the Asian turf. Chantilly Nusha, the favourite from Canada in the yellow silks. Barathea Straight in the pale yellow and orangey brown silks. And ourselves in the white. Decent, solid start for us. Barathea on the inside, us up the middle. Chantilly on the outside at the back. 3 greys in this. Woven Kent in the hole. Fight start stylish on our outside. Automotive defense leading us out. We've got Head Dare and Dare Breeze at the rear. Well, there comes Head Dare. But as we kick on then and really fight, Chantilly coming in for this. It doesn't look like there's anything from us, to be fair. Head Dare came through as a massive closer. Just I was waiting for us to kick on or Chantilly to kick on, and we were all holding pace, and we got ahead of them. We got ahead of the 2 greys. Barathea back in 6th place. And the one I didn't expect was what I was worried about, because South Africa is a tough place to race, and it's normally because they got really good horses. But yeah, it just wasn't highlighted by the game in any way. So I didn't know what it would do. It turned out to be an absolute monster. And if we'd have taken a look, we'd have seen the amount of Group 1 wins and would have known that this is an absolute beast. You look at, again, 2nd, 8th, 6th, 3rd. It's not like they've only been in for a few races and won 16 Grade 1 wins. They've been in a lot of races. So kind of impressive. Then to come through it. I do feel that's an opportunity. Slightly missed. Not our fault, but slightly missed. Then yearling sale. Don't really want to buy yearlings. This is going to be life quest back again. And then the big one. The big one. Hara. I mean, we got a challenge earlier. And see what he can do. Oh, cold. I think we just run without instructions. I think that's what we've got to do here, but it's Derby Day. Kentucky. Churchill Downs. 2 races. Hara up first. We are not tipped, as we didn't expect to be. Torrido and Topcroft, both sweating badly. One of them is in there. Sulfide is back again. Haven't seen them for a while. And Dobadan, I don't recognize. But Sulfide is okay. Yeah. Tim's okay. A couple of Canadians, one of which is sweating badly as well. I think we just go for it. 1 mile, 1 furlong. Old Forester Turf Classic. Class 1 Grade 1 for 4-year-olds and older. In Bluegrass Country. Churchill Downs, Kentucky. On Derby Day. Hurrah. Not the best of seasons. Tough field to run in. Being gelded. And we will see kind of how he runs. He's got that narrow turn. Gets out of the gates okay. He does like to sit a little further back and sometimes get blocked in. That's been his detriment, especially at Pegasus World Cup down there at Gulfstream Park in Florida. That cost him probably a shot at the win. Ended up in 4th. Slowly moving up. Topcroft Culture, Dobadan Tunes, Minky Date, and now us moving up. Torridor next up with Sulfide Cutting Sound, Jovita and Boadicea. Towards our final furlong, we're in the mix, but we don't know if we've got the power and the pace. We don't. We're not far off, but Dobadan Tunes will take this. We are right in the mix with them. It's very interesting. It's 1-1. We challenged early. Trip was perfect. Yeah, I think a mile 2 and challenge later is kind of maybe what we got to do, right? Kind of maybe what we got to do. A bunch of good horses in this one. We are favorite. We are tipped. Ilkmate Witai is also tipped. Sophie's Pole is sweating badly. Lytham Winning slightly agitated. Agrana Origin very calm. Sankani Prenz is slightly agitated. We're looking well. Romania Fudge is looking well. Who else is in here? Country Trooper is fit. Okay, so not bad. Not bad. We have catapulted ourselves into top rated and favorite status by winning at Oaklawn. Now we got to go out and prove it. I don't think jockey instructions 1-1 challenge earlier worked, so flat should work here. I think we just go, oh, cold runs today. In the 1 mile, 2 furlong Kentucky Derby, Class 1 Grade 1 for 3-year-olds upon the dirt track here in Bluegrass Country, Churchill Downs, Kentucky. The race for the roses and the opening leg of the US Triple Crown. Good races so far. We had choices. We went with Old Cold, and they're out of the gates okay on this outside. Get towards the front, and then coalesce the field down. Parfait, Trooper, Classic, and Norton Fudge up in the lead with us. Fairfield's Wayte winning, Origin, Lake, Jones. Romania Fudge is in this as well. Jojo Firing, Prenz, Mara, Rose Gem, one of the favourites towards the back with Pole, Cado, and Brit. We're going to have to run a very wide bend, but we are going to go off into the lead. And down the home stretch, the final furlong, we're in the lead. Wayte getting passed by Born Jones, Country Trooper in the mix, but nobody's coming close. Standing up in the saddle, Florent Jarou, salutes the crowd, out cold, takes the Kentucky Derby. And all my questions were answered at Oaklawn. It gave me the confidence. I knew how we could ride this one. And with a wide turn, out cold, takes the Kentucky Derby. The greatest race in all of sports. For me. Yeah, that's what we wanted to see. 2 3/4, beautiful. That means we can probably run the Preakness without instructions, or maybe challenge earlier. Little question mark how we feel about that. But yeah, solid win. And you look at the winning time as well. It's kind of a fairly quick time. But I did feel good after Oaklawn, because in the Arkansas Derby we faced off a lot of these horses. And I knew there wouldn't be that many better than a Country Trooper, for example. And that has sort of come to light. That does seem true. But yeah, really nice run. A really nice run. Out cold, second Grade 1 wins. Arkansas and Kentucky back to back, getting the job done. We can't get too carried away, because this is what Hurrah did. Don't know if it was Arkansas. Did they win Arkansas? Yes. Yeah. We won Arkansas by 4 lengths. And then took the Derby just over half a length. And then we were a length behind in the Preakness and a long way back in the Belmont, but finished second. We've won those 2 races without cold. We've put ourselves in contention. Can we step up? Can we not? How's it going to go? I don't know. But I do know I feel pretty good about where we're at. And I always feel good when we take a Kentucky Derby. Spell bang, 4 grades. The highest of which is grade 2, but multiple grades are always a little safer, I think, as well. Then we got lot 16, which is purely Norma. And again, 4 grades, 3 at grade 2. But that multiple grades is kind of the important bit. Okay, we're already over the reserve. We didn't go for this one because it's just single grade 1s. And a single grade 2. Also 11 and 8. Kind of wanted to see what these were like, but yeah, looks like a miler. Runs okay. Has a bunch of things okay. Not too bad. Start of a game, definitely usable for a breeding barn. Right now, not as much. Maybe up to a mile 1 for purely Norma. It looks like a much better horse. Just that gap for the potential, I don't love. Not quite high enough potential, but the rest of the bar's actually not that bad. I don't really think it adds too much to our breeding barn or anything, so we're not going to do that. An Ice Queen. Having Hurrah come close, not quite a win, but having Hurrah come close, having everybody else picking up wins, taking the Kentucky Derby. See if we can do the double. Queen's played a Woodbine. First leg of the Canadian Triple Crown. We are sending in. Make sure I don't skip the race. There we go. We are sending in Ice Queen. Ourselves. And an unbeaten Japanese horse have grade ones. It's a miler. So that's interesting. Another Japanese horse, a bunch of domestics. I do feel maybe we challenge later. I do feel we challenge later. We'll be favourite. We'll be the best horse. Us on striking a rival. That's fine. We're very fit. They're a little lazy. Sovereign Kisses is coping well. Coral Intruder is maybe a little lazy. I think this might be lined up for us a little bit, but Ice Queen, a chance to kick off their own Triple Crown in style. Up in Canada at Woodbine for the Queen's Plate, a mile 2 furlongs, Class 1 Grade 1 for 3-year-olds upon the dirt track. Interesting to have the Japanese horses, the unbeaten horse. We don't get off to the greatest start, but we will move up the inside to that chasing role, that stalking position. In behind us, Coral Intruder. We got Ginto English and Clerical Mark with Septième Spiel up ahead. Sandridge, Tiddly, Glad Canyon, and then the two Japanese horses starting to make their way. Sovereign Kisses is in the mixer, as he's Glad at the back. It looks like horses are gearing up, ready to go as we come off the turn and send it for home. Final half of furlong, we're driving clear. Sandridge, here comes striking a rival, but doesn't seem to have a ton of pace. They were unbeaten coming into this. They've got to settle for third today, beaten by Musnad Sandridge, but most importantly, beating them both. The Ice Queen goes to the Great White North and thaws the hearts of the Canadian public. Big, solid win, 2 lengths, absolutely fantastic. I think I set up the jockey instructions well there. That was what we needed to do. A couple of lengths. And again, second leg, probably just send that in as is. No instructions needed. Life Quest doesn't quite win the Champions Mile. Beaten by a really good horse. Still has a lot of way to go. Could end up 20 to 25 Grade 1 wins easily by the time the year is done. Manaluka still primed 100 days since their last run, but they are looking to pick up a little Grade 3 to be the last of our horses to be graded. 4 Grade 3s and a Grade 1 for the 2-year-olds. All of the 3-year-olds have Grade 1s, and the 4-year-olds too, of course. Bahara comes close. It's a much better run as a gelding than the way we ran him. We might continue and just see, can he get a couple more wins? Can he at least compete? Can we get the best out of Hara or not? But he comes close. Ice Queen gets the Queen's Plate at Woodbine, and Out Cold takes the Roses in Bluegrass Country with a Kentucky Derby win. And that's what I want the most. And we got it. So I'm very happy. I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to follow up with the second legs of the Triple Crowns. We're going to try and book a few more races for the 3-year-olds, especially the 2 that didn't really run yet. Institutes by Pure Adventure. They didn't get their Triple Crowns, of course. So we'll kind of see how they look. But we've got 2 active Triple Crowns, and Haram might be back, question mark. Have your say, comment section down below. While you're there, hit that like and subscribe for me. Means a whole lot. But yeah, very interested to see what you think about all this and what we're doing But I think that's a very successful build-up and first leg of Triple Crowns. We'll come back to finish those off and see, can we hit one or both? I don't know, but I really like these horses. And I like Institute Spy and Pure Adventure too. I think very interested to see later on in the year what Pure Adventure can do in a few first legs of Triple Crowns. And Institute Spy as well, maybe they also clean up. You know, you're looking at things like South Africa, where the first two legs are a mile and a mile one, and then France, of course, their first leg. UK and Ireland, their first legs. That could be when Institute Spy and Pure Adventure just clean up between those 6 legs. Yeah, between those 6 legs. I think that'll be good. Australia, France, UK and Ireland, all first legs. And then South Africa, first and second leg. They could end up winning 3 each. And, of course, hopefully Out Cold and Ice Queen take their 3, being all 3 in Canada and all 3 in US, respectively. That would be good enough for me this year. That would be more than good enough. So, yeah, let me know what you think. As always, like, comment, subscribe. As I say, it helps out massively. I enjoy the support and the conversation. I really do appreciate y'all. And I'll see you very soon. Until then, take care, stay safe, all the very best. Check out the extra playlists on the channel. Bunch of discussions, different games, more starters orders as we continue to go. And the memberships that are available, any little you can help out with would mean a great deal to me too. But I'll see you next time. Until then, stay safe. I hope you're able to resolve your problems like Hurrah, and kind of at least put them back in the conversation with those problematic horses, and get yourselves some wins, at least in 1 or 2 of the legs for Triple Crowns. Let me know how you get on. I'll see you soon.